time. So when I finish it, I'm going to lift this right up so I can see well underneath there, but that's good enough for now. I can see the hole right through there, and it just helps me a little bit visualize what I'm doing. Okay, that's 2/8. Yikes. Did you see that? See how that's breaking right off. This is a tough spot. Two five. Where is that? Where is that? There it is. That's dull. Yeah, it's a lot better. So I haven't done anything up here, so I can get all this down. If I have to go deeper, if something breaks off, I just match this to it. So I leave that alone until last. Get the bottom beak looking good, because that's lower than the top beak. If the grain wasn't so difficult here, you could kind of do it all at once, but experience tells me not to. Some places you just can't use a big gouge and go fast. You just gotta nip away at it a little bit. See, you can, this is nice and flat now, and this looks thicker than that. At this point, doesn't look like it comes on a nice even taper. Dig that down a little bit. So now I'll clean up the edge of this ribbon here, and then I'll undercut it a little bit after I get it carved down to where I want it. I use a 212 and carefully model this now. When you get in the top, you got to go this way, and the bottom, you got to go the other way. Now I gotta deal with this big chunk I got missing out of there. All I'm doing is gonna make a wrinkle right there. Kind of a little bit of a redesign. Unless you're trying to do a forgery or a perfect reproduction of somebody else's work, you can't be afraid to make changes and just let the work do what it wants, almost. Not do what it wants, but you just follow what's happening, you know. So I broke a chunk off. You know, I could sit there and cry about it and walk away, and sometimes I would walk away from it if it was that crucial. Or you can give a little thought and redesign what you're doing, and that's what I'm doing here. I've never had one or done this with a little bit of a wrinkle or wave under there, and I might find that, wow, this has more life to it. By accident I stumble on a new way of doing it. Sometimes you gotta use a bigger tool, just these braces work pretty good. That ain't right. So I'm gonna be a little lazy now because I don't want to. I kind of had to destroy this when I did the head. So I'd have to print out another one, which I don't want to do. So I'm just gonna try to match it as close as possible by eye. This has got a real sharp. And you can do some quick measurements just with a pencil by hand. That's pretty close. That's not. Let's see. Oh wait, yeah, okay. That's that far back. So that would have to be here. All right, that's pretty close on this. You can see how this goes underneath the claw. This is a screwy setup. Someday I'm going to change my pattern. I keep saying that, and then I keep doing the same one. Let's see. Right now I don't have to worry about much back here. I just want to get this taken care of. Just going to relieve this a little bit and put the ribbon underneath it. All this is getting cut back. This is part of the leg. This will go back almost to the far back here. This all goes back that far. Most of it, where there's some feathers and stuff in the way. I've left this isn't at the finished level because the feathers for the wings are going to come down like this, and this will get lowered below that, so I don't want to touch that yet. 212. Just kind of scoop some of this wood out around it. The two sweeps are the one. If I was to say which actual profile, which is the sweep that I use the most, it would definitely be the two. It doesn't remove wood the fastest, and I normally don't use it for just regular wood removal. I am in this instance because I want this. I also need it. I need tools. So, and here the most efficient would be probably if I was just digging this stuff down, would probably be a 5 or a 4. But I'm finishing at the same time as I'm relieving. And this is all going to go deeper, but I just want to outline this and get this set in, get the width up here all done. So this ribbon will be done when before I move on to something else. You can see it gets thinner down here. This kind of rolls up. To go through his mouth, it kind of rolls up, gets folded up, and then comes back out there. But you can see I got to kind of follow this. So this, I'm going to fix that. See that? I'm going to follow this, make an imaginary line. Something like that. And then do the same. This has got to get squared away too. So it's tapered. Do the same from here to here. That's going to be behind it. I'm not digging anything out there. That's just to help me visualize what to do with this and what to do with that. Flip this pretty soon after I get this ribbon done and clean out underneath the neck there. Fits that curve perfectly. And this line right here, this is the seam for where I glued this on top of that. Nice and smooth. This will be a lot deeper, that'll be a lot deeper. But not until I draw this out, draw the feathers out down here. So this isn't the finished depth, but this is the finished height. So now, clean out underneath the neck. Sometimes the head will take almost as long as the rest of the body. Well, the head's kind of detailed. The same with the feet, they take a long time. This stuff you can just go crazy and start cutting it. All right. So the beak is pretty thin right here. That's where it's going to come. If you can, yeah, you can see that line. Curved up like that. Nobody's going to see it, but I want to relieve all this so you've got a nice shadow. Get rid of most of the wood before I start trimming it up. So this is so thin here, I'm blowing right through the back of it. careful because it's very weak right there. And I'm not going to make it all the way thin on that. I'm going to taper it. Make it more of an illusion than anything. Actually a lot farther than I really need to. Why, I don't know. Okay, so I got most of the wood gone. Back to 216 here. Clean it up. And this I still gotta put in the leg and some of the leg feathers there, so I'm not gonna dig that down yet. So this goes this way, now this is gonna, this goes this way, now this is gonna go a little bit the other way. And I've got the leg to deal with, so I'm not gonna get carried away with this spot yet either. And what I've got is I've got a sharp edge there now. So just smoothing that out a little bit. This is a tough spot here. You can't go that way. Well, to rough it out you can, but now I'm trying to finish it. So I put the tool right against this and sweep out on a slice and cut. And I'm able to get away with it. I'm going to once I'm down here, then I can go down here, because the grain ends here, so I'm going with the grain, and this grain ends here, so I go this way to go with the grain. It's this transition right here that not pretty. I should be using the fishtail #1 for that. It'd be a lot easier, but I have this in my hand. Got it up. I'm going to clean up the top of the roof of the mouth here.